Okay, hello again. This is going to be a little bit of a tricky video because we're filming in the dark. We're going to go over essentially how to mix using an iPad. And this is actually how we normally mix a field show during the show itself, just because it's easier to be up in the stands, and that's why we have the Wi-Fi unit, etc. So, first things first, we are starting in our general settings here, and we're looking at the Wi-Fi. And we're going to connect to our Wi-Fi that is on the cart, on a sticker that's on the cart that gives you the information for connecting to the Wi-Fi. We try to use 5G if possible. Then we're going to launch the Universal Control app. And this app, when connected to the cart Wi-Fi, is going to find our Studio Live. Now, if you've never connected before, you're going to have to actually go through a step on the mixer itself to authorize that. But once you've connected, you don't have to do that anymore. So here's the mixer itself. We don't actually see any activity going on because there's nothing currently fired up on the mixer. But I want to go over kind of a few important things. The individual channels as they're named, what their levels are. During the show, you can move levels around. You can mute and unmute from here. You can also do a lot of the setup of the different functions like the compressor, the limiter. So we can turn our gate on and off. We can look at our compressor. Change the settings for our compressor. This one has an EQ on it. That's also turned on. And the power on and off for each of these is just the button that's up there. There's one specific caveat that I wanted to point out for this, which is the submix functionality. So this is not as useful on the Studio Live itself unless you're going into more advanced things around applying effect compressor EQs on the output of a submix. But here, submixes are interesting because we can actually toggle to our submixes, and then we're only seeing the submix bars here. And you can see these are two that I had to chase through the show. So simply assigning them to individual submixes lets me just bounce back and forth between, oh, there's that solo on the Wi-Fi. Okay, dial that back down. Pop over here to another submix, adjust the bass down or up, maybe move the sampler, or start with it up here, drag it back down during this part, put it back up, go back to this submix, launch a solo, launch another solo. You might be able to hear the mixer bars sliding. Let's just go back to our main mix here. To assign these to a submix, I'm just going to find the channel and look up here in this section. And I'm on this channel strip. That's actually assigned to a third submix. Switch there, and it's assigned to this submix. I want to caution you with a setting with main and then A, B, C, and D. If I deselect main, then the audio is actually only getting routed to the submix. Submix A, you'll notice there's a submix A, and if that's down and you have a mix that's only in submix A and not in the main, you're not going to get any output. So make sure you don't remove it from the main. If I wasn't using submixes, I'd be doing sliding something over here, scrolling to a point, find a solo to bring up, bring that down, come back over here, make sure I landed on the right spot. It's a lot of action. So submixes just make that easier. So anyways, I just wanted to go over submixes. This is our main mix and our main master mute. Just sliding this up and down, changing our mute, that changes our overall output. We looked at the global EQ on the other mixer channel. You can see that here as well. Up here in the corner, we have what looks like several stacks of squares. These are our scenes. We talked about using scenes to save different bass lines. So you can access that from here as well. And going to this 3-bar hamburger menu here, and you can see the channel ID here. I can hit copy, and I can scroll over to another channel, and I can hit paste. And you see how the EQ just changed for us. Hit the hamburger menu again to go back, and you can see how now those gates are actually changed. So wanted to go over that, submixes, mixing controls within the iPad, and how that makes it easier when we're actually mixing during a show.